What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Learning 101. Today's video, we're going to go over a question that I get asked a lot. How do I have my StreetSmart Edge trading platform set up? We're going to go over everything into detail. I'm going to show you step by step how I have everything set up. You can follow along with me to set it up the way I have it set up. So if you use the StreetSmart Edge platform and have been interested in seeing how I have my system set up, save this video, kick back, relax, take some notes, or pull up StreetSmart Edge and get ready to copy everything that I'm about to show you to set it up the way I have it. If you're trading from a laptop and you're only using one monitor, this setup is going to be kinda hard. You can still do it, but I would recommend having multiple monitors. For me, I have a total of 4 monitors. And out of those 4 monitors, I use 3 of them for StreetSmart Edge. Sure, you can have multiple tabs open if you're only using one monitor, but then you gotta go through the hassle of continuously clicking through multiple tabs to see what you gotta see. And it's more easier when you have multiple monitors. You can just plot everything up. You have everything in front of you, and all you gotta do is just look around. So I have 3 lower monitors. I have one on my left, one in the middle, one on the right, and I have a monitor right above me. If I can, I will try to implement a picture that I have to show you my setup from my point of view, and I will import it in right here. Alright, so the first main screen, what I have is what we're looking at right here. I have 3 charts up. This bottom chart right here is a 1-minute chart. This top left one here is a 3-minute chart. And this top right one is a 10-minute chart. I have them all linked together with a red diamond. That way when I change the ticker, as you can see, I'll do it right here. As I change through different types of stocks, it will pull up the same ticker on multiple time frames. I'm not going to get into how I go into all of my charts and set up the colors and the text colors and the indicators. I have a StreetSmart Edge playlist filled with all kinds of tutorial videos, from setting up my news feed, my stock screener, my charts, everything StreetSmart Edge. I will leave a link to that playlist down in the video description or up above right here, and this video will be included in that playlist. The next feature that I have is this thing right here, and what this is the all-in-one trade tool. You go to the launch tools, just like you were adding your charts, click this all-in-one trade tool, and this will pop up. Link it to the same charts that you have right here, the red diamond, and this is the level 2 and the times and sales. Now if you want to go through and add the colors on the level 2, just simply right click on colors, and you can customize the color depth of the level 2. Same thing with the tape. Click on the tape, click colors, and you can customize the colors the way you would like. Traders are buying above the ask. You can set that at a certain color. If traders are selling below the bid, they're panicking, you could set that to a certain color. The background color, the font size, the font style, you could do all of that just by right clicking and going into the colors, the font, and the market depth settings. And again, I won't get into detail about that. I have a video in the playlist. This is the first main screen that I have. And the last thing I want to go over is the top part up here. You could see I have the VIX, the QQQs, and the SPX. Just so I could quickly glance right at this area to see where the overall market is. I can see where the fear gauge is, the VIX. I can see where the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, if it's green or red on the day. And if you wanted to change this, let's say you like tracking gold or oil or if you want the Dow Jones up there, you don't want the VIX, just simply go into the settings up at the top left. This screen will pop up right here. These three bottom boxes right here is where you'll be able to input in whatever you would want. Let's say you don't want to follow an index. You just want to follow Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat, just for an example. Just put those ticker symbols in at these boxes and it will pop up at the top of your screen up there. And then one more quick tip in the settings. When you go to the display theme, I have my theme set to a dark theme. You can change this in between either to a light theme or a dark theme. I have my preference set to a dark theme. Then once you do what you gotta do in the settings, at the bottom, click save and it will save those settings for you. Alright, the next page that we're gonna be going over, which is my top monitor above my head, the big screen monitor. This is like my fundamental center right here. This chart right here, I have it linked, the red diamond, and what this is a daily chart. When I'm looking at the intraday charts, I can quickly glance up and look at the daily chart of the stock, and then if I wanted, I can quickly switch it over to the weekly chart and the monthly chart if I wanted. Basically, I have it set up revolved around speed because I'm a day trader. If a hot stock pops up on the screener and it's taking off, or fresh news just came off the press release, I could quickly look up, scan through the daily, the weekly, the monthly, see the levels. Same thing with my intraday charts. I have the multiple time frames up. I can quickly go through, see the trend of the stock, see if there's any major support and resistance levels, and go from there. And then at the left up here, I have the news release. This one right here. To access that, just go to the launch tools and click on news. Once you click on news, this will pop up. Again, link it, the red diamond, and there's a couple different ways that you could set up this news feed. I'll make it larger here. You can have it set on breaking news, so whatever is coming out, breaking news, it doesn't matter if it's related to the stock you're looking at. It's all across the world. If you want it set up to that, or if you want a separate news screener or scanner running, open up a new one and have it set to breaking news. You can have it set to News Watch, where it's printing every second, every minute. It doesn't matter the news source. If there's a news source coming out with news that's related to the stock market, it'll post it all right here. And you can see the times. It's all posting it. I'm making this video over the weekend, 3:56 p.m. on a Sunday. It has the code right here of the news release, and it has the headline. One of the headlines interests you, it'll give you the article down below. I made a video already on the StreetSmart Edge news. It's a big, long video packed with the information. I'm not going to get into detail. I just want to make this a quick overview of how I have my trading set up. I have this set up on the stock news. So the stock we're looking at is MRNA. I'll have it set to RMNA news. If I change the stock that I'm looking at when I'm looking at charts, everything is synced together. So I'll have the news, the daily chart, and my intraday charts all linked together so I can quickly glance and see what's the news, what's the daily, what's the intraday charts looking like. Same thing with the level 2. And then the last tab for the news, they also have the briefing.com. If you're a fan of the briefing.com, StreetSmart Edge and Charles Schwab is partnered up with them. Whenever they put out articles, StreetSmart Edge gets it. We'll keep this on MRNA news, so in the future when I use it again. And then the next app that I have up here is this like fundamental research app. I also, once again, have this linked up, the red diamond. Link this up. Whenever I pull up a stock, this will pop up. What it is it digs into the fundamentals of the stock. It tells you the summary of what the company does, gives you some statistics, like what is the market cap, the beta, the shares outstanding, the total float, held by institutions, what sector is it in, what industry, what sub-industry is it in, and then the details for today, today's open, the previous close, today's range, the 52-week range, average volume 1 month, earnings, what's the earnings per share, what's the price earnings ratio, stuff like that. This is a really little cool app right here. I need to make a video on this specific app. It is filled with all kinds of great information. Like you have the summary, you have the earnings, you have ratings from analysis. All they do all day are look at stocks, charts, dig into the fundamentals, and then they give their analysis rating. You have a tab for that. You have a matrix. You have a metrics tab where it gets more into the fundamentals when you get into the EPS growth, the price book value, the price cash flow, the payout ratio for dividends, return on investments, net profit margins, stuff like that. And how you find this is go into the launch tools and click on the research app right here with the open book and the little graph going up. This will pop up. Again, link it to your chart. I put it right here. And what I mainly use this for, really, is when I pull up a stock, like let's pull up NVAX. And I could quickly scroll down a little bit and I could see what the market cap is. And I could see what the total shares outstanding and the total float is. So I don't have to get on finviz.com, open up my web browser, type in NVAX, and then look just to see what the shares outstanding and the float is. I love how StreetSmart Edge has this set up and all the available apps for us to use. And I have it set up for me, and that is speed, like I've mentioned before. When a hot stock pops up, I could quickly pull it up, I could see the fundamentals, I could see the news, I could see the daily. Alright, we got 2 more sections to go over on this page. The 2 bottom big things down here. The one on the left, right here, I'll make this bigger. This is my stock screener. Now, again, I made a video, an in-depth video, on how I set up my StreetSmart Edge stock screener. It's in the StreetSmart Edge playlist. I'm telling you guys, I have so many tutorial StreetSmart Edge videos in that playlist. It'll really help you out in learning the StreetSmart Edge trading platform. It is a wonderful platform. Not a lot of people use this platform, and it is very underrated. I have all of my custom stock screener tabs right up here. My gap scanner, my percentage gainers, my change from the open, daily high count, top 10 in volume. I'm not going to get in detail, but that's what this window is. Right here is my stock screener. One here on the right, this is my watch list. I'll go ahead and make this bigger. And what I did was I've made many watch lists. I have watch lists that are all of my banks, my bank stocks like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America. I'll even throw in my retail brokers under the banks category, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab. So I have a banks watch list. I have an energy ETFs watch list, biotech ETFs watch list, semiconductors. I have my market ETFs, just my major market index ETFs, like the TVIX, the SPY, the Qs, the Dow Jones. Natural gas ETFs, my gold ETFs, oil ETFs, basic indexes, so like the Russell 2000, Russell 3000, the NASDAQ, gold, stuff like that. Then I have all of my sectors under a watch list. All of my spider sector ETFs, financials, real estate, energy, consumer staples, consumers, financials, industrial, healthcare. All of my sectors are going to be under my sector's watch list. Last year, IPOs were really hot, so I made a watch list, and anytime a new IPO came out, I was adding it to my IPOs watch list. I have a oil, gas, gold ETFs watch list. So I put all of the ETFs in this watch list. That way, throughout the day, I can quickly go over to this watch list and I can see out of all of the ETFs, which ones are the top big gainers on the day. Again, I have another market watch list. This is going to have all of my NASDAQ indexes, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, Russell 3000, the VIX, semiconductor, gold, oil, all that good stuff. So I can get a good view of the overall market, what's top performing, and what's getting beaten up. For me, it's all about keeping it organized. That's the way I have StreetSmart Edge set up, is to keep everything organized and easy to reach. And then I have a favorites watch list. If ever there's a chart that I absolutely like or love and I think has a good setup, or if it's a stock that I just love to track, like AMD, Snapchat, Funko, Fitbit, I'll add it to my favorites list. I have a weekly watch list, so over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, when I'm going back and looking at the previous week, if there's any stocks that I want to still keep an eye on, I'll add it to my weekly watch list. I'll compile it all Saturday and Sunday, build this list up of stocks that I want to keep an eye on and watch for the upcoming week. And then the last part, I have a watch list for every single day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It helps me remember on which certain days a stock took off. So let's say Facebook had a really big day on Monday. I'll add it to the watch list on Monday. On Saturday, when I'm studying and going back, I can see, oh, okay, I remember now. Facebook had a big day Monday. Now let's see how it did throughout the rest of the week. It's all about how you think and putting it together that's easiest for you. And this is how I have StreetSmart Edge all set up. Easy to access, easy to understand. I understand it because I created this world with the StreetSmart Edge trading platform. Revolve the trading platform around you and your trading strategies and your trading style. That's what it's all about. And then next, I have a tab attached to this page that I have up above my head right here on the big monitor. And what it is pretty much is the market strength. I can quickly click over from this to this, and I have just an intraday chart of all of the big indexes. So I can keep an eye on how the SPY is performing, how the NASDAQ's performing, where's the VIX at, the fear gauge, how is the Dow Jones trading. They're all just basic 1-minute charts. I'll pull it up when I'm in the trading day. I'll just see, alright, what areas are the SPY, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones at? Are they trending up on the day? Are they selling off? What's going on? So I personally like to have all the major indexes up pretty much in front of my face to keep track of the overall market, because remember, 3 out of 4 stocks follow the overall market. So if the S&P 500 is crashing and selling off hard, you're trying to trade a stock that's trying to break out to all-time new highs or new highs on the day, chances are, if that stock is correlated with the overall market, that it's not going to break out to new highs and it's going to crumble just like the market. So it's just something to keep in mind. You always want to keep track of the overall market, especially if you're a day trader. Alright, the last window we're going to go over here in my setup, and this is on my far left monitor. What I have up are just 4 basic 1-minute charts. That way, if there's multiple stocks that I want to keep an eye on, I can pull them up all right here and have just charts staring me right in front of my face. If there's like 5 stocks that I want to keep an eye on, I'll put 4 of them right here. They're all 1-minute charts. And then I have my main screen. I'll put the 5th one or the number 1 stock I want to track on that one. And then I'll just keep an eye on these and see if they set up and just observe to see if anything happens with them. And again, these are just 1-minute charts. I have VWAP plotted on them. I have volume profile plotted on them. Dotted blue line on all of them is the previous day's close. And that's about it for how I have this all set up. And a question that I get asked a lot, and I'll explain it right now. How do I pull these charts to multiple monitors? Go to the main screen right here and then click on the launch tools. Pick the tool that you want or what you want to start with. Once you select the tool, it'll pop up on this screen. All you gotta simply do is drag it outside of this box into another monitor, and it will open up a new tab for you for that monitor. And then from that tab and the new monitor, you can go into the launch tools, add what you want, set it all up, and that's how you expand to more monitors. It can be a little bit confusing, but that's how you do it. Again, if you guys are interested in more StreetSmart Edge tutorial videos, I will leave a link to the playlist down below in the video description, and I will try to leave a link up above for you guys. I have many videos. I currently have 17, now 18 videos in this playlist. Video topics: how to get direct market access, StreetSmart Edge research app fundamentals. That's going to go over, this video right here is going to go over this fundamentals thing I was telling you guys all about. When I can quickly look to see what sector, industry, the float, the shares outstanding, the market cap, get into the earnings, what the analysis are saying. I have a video on that already. The StreetSmart Edge newsfeed, part 2. StreetSmart Edge charts tutorial part 1. It's a 40-minute video going over step by step how I set up all of my charts. You can go ahead and follow me through that video to set up charts and learn some tips and tricks about how to set up charts. And then I also have another StreetSmart Edge setup video. Charles Schwab StreetSmart Edge versus TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim newsfeed. How to do technical analysis on intraday charts with the StreetSmart Edge platform. How to draw support and resistance lines. Charles Schwab StreetSmart Edge newsfeed. Stock screener setup. Another charts tutorial video. My workstation. Studying the NASDAQ level 2. My super review of the StreetSmart Edge trading platform. And then my very first StreetSmart Edge video when I switched over from Thinkorswim. 18 videos in this playlist, tons of educational, knowledgeable content in this playlist. Definitely check it out. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders. And as I say at the end of every video, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. Later, everybody.
The most valuable commodity I know of is information.